New nationalism in India. Rowlatt Act 1919. Rowlatt Act. In 1919, the Rowlatt Act was passed hurriedly through the Imperial Legislative Council despite the united opposition of Indian member. Yes. So in this, embodied with this success, Gandhiji in 1919 decided to launch a nationwide satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act 1919. And the Imperial Legislative Council in 1919, the Indian member did not support the act, but it was passed. The act gave enormous power to the government to repress political activity. So, it allowed detention of political prisoner without trial for 2 years. So, the act gave the government enormous power to repress a political activity, and according to this act, the government could detain political prisoner for 2 years without a trial. A hartal was started by Gandhiji on 6th April 1919. So, Gandhiji launched a nationwide satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act. The call of strike on the 6th April got huge response. So that's what the first point. A hartal was started by the Gandhiji. What does mean by hartal? Hartal is nothing but the strike. Yes, was started by Gandhiji on 6th April 1919. It was a huge response, and rallies were organized in various cities. Workers went on strike in railway workshop. Shops closed down. The British administration clamped down on nationalists. Yes, so when Gandhiji have called everyone for the strike, it was huge response and people came out in support in various cities. Even all the shops were shut down and workers in the railway workshop went on strike. And the British administration decided to clamp down on the nationalists. And several local leaders were arrested. Even Mahatma Gandhi was barred from entering Delhi. Local leaders were picked up from Amritsar and Mahatma Gandhi was barred from entering Delhi. Next, on 10th April, the police fired upon a peaceful procession, provoking widespread attacks on banks, post office and railway station. And a martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command. Jallianwala Bagh. Yes. A Jallianwala Bagh on 13th April 1919. A Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. On the day, a large crowd had gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Yes. So what happened on 10th April 1919 in Amritsar? The police fired upon a peaceful procession. This provoked widespread attack on government establishment and the martial law was imposed on Amritsar and the command of the area was given to the General Dyer. The infamous Jallianwala Bagh took place on 13th April, the day on which the Baisakhi is celebrated in Punjab. So on the day, a large crowd had gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Some had come to protest against the government new repressive measure, while others had come to attend the annual Baisakhi fair. So that's what I've said. A crowd of villagers came to participate in the fair in the Jallianwala Bagh. This was enclosed from all the sides with narrow entry points, and the villagers were unaware of the martial law. General Dyer entered the area and opened fire on the crowd. Yes, and I've said you already, the General Dyer blocked the exit point and opened fire on the crowd. As the news of Jallianwala Bagh spread, crowds took to streets in many North Indian towns, and even hundreds of people were killed in the incident. and public reaction to the incident took a violent turn in many North Indian towns. There were strikes, clashes with the police, and attacks on government building. Yes, the government was quite brutal in its response, and things took highly violent turn. Satyagrahis were forced to rub their noses on the ground, crawl on the streets, and do salam to all sahibs. People were flogged and the villages were bombed. So, later on, Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement as did not want violence to continue. Yes, so in today's class, we have discussed about Rowlatt Act and then a Jallianwala Bagh incident. Thank you, students.